What's to Come livecast, where we get to sit down with today's most creative and fearless doers and talk about where they got their start, what they've learned, and what's inspired them along the way, and of course, how they're shaping what's to come. On behalf of Levi's, I'm Rebecca Boston, and I'm so excited that today we get to sit down with Zoe Deschanel and M. Ward of She and Him here in beautiful San Francisco. We love She and Him because what started out as a no-strings-attached collaboration on their 2008 Volume 1 has evolved into a bona fide touring band, and their Volume 2 has proved to be another brilliant success. So, now I'm going to hand the conversation over to you. Here's how it's going to work. You get to ask all the questions that you have via the social stream on the right and the comments below. We're going to be monitoring your questions, and Zoe and M. Ward will be answering them live. So, without further ado, I hand it over to She and Him.
Hello, everybody.
Quite an introduction.
Yeah, thanks for that introduction.
Yeah, very professional.
We have a question here from Lilo HK, and she says, She and Him has such a unique sound. Where do you find inspiration for your music? Which is a very good question.
That's a very good question. Lots of different places. I would say probably mostly old music. We both sort of like old records and, searching for, records we haven't heard and things that are interesting to us and, sharing those finds. That's kind of a good place to find inspiration, I think.
Yeah, older singers, older producers, older guitar styles is really influential.
That's especially helpful in the studio for like sounds.
Yep.
Like I want the piano to sound like this.
Yep.
Like that old, like Memphis Mini record.
Let's make the vocals sound like Memphis Mini on this song, for example.
Exactly.
And sometimes books and movies and things people say. And
so many different sources of inspiration.
Yeah.
Obviously, records probably the most influential, but then, everything around I think can be, influential.
San Francisco. Very influential.
The
city.
Bridge.
The Treasure Island
Bay.
Festival.
the Treasure Island itself.
So many things. It's hard to know where to begin, but that's a good start.
Yeah. All right. Megan Smith asks, it's no surprise that starting a successful band is tough. As an aspiring singer and songwriter, how do you recommend I do this? Well, Megan, it's, I think, be sincere, be yourself. I think most importantly, don't try to pander to the audience. Just, I guess the main thing is don't try to anticipate what other people will like. Think about what you like and try to make music like that. Because in the end, you'll be happiest when you achieve success. You'll be happiest with yourself if you are sincere and true to who you are and your own taste. So, I mean, I think that's mostly just, be as true to your own taste as possible and try to find people that you like collaborating with and that you respect and whose company you like, because you'll spend a lot of time with them. So.
Yeah, I agree with Zoe. Trying to, be yourself as much as you can, and people and different sources are going to tell you or try to steer you in one direction or another. Especially, I think the trend in the music industry is to say, well, if you want to be successful, you have to do it the way that these people before you did it, and that means going through the same motions as maybe someone making music that's similar to the style of your music, but
they're not you. So what they do is going to be different from what you do, and everybody has their own path. So I say just
don't
Don't
spend too
listen
much
to anybody.
time, Megan, listening to anyone else.
Yeah. Agreed.
For a start. And it's good to practice a lot.
Yeah. Practice music every day.
Yeah.
All right. have
Should we
another
move on to
question.
what Hope is asking?
Yeah.
Hope says, so you must go to each other for advice, but when you're not with each other, who do you go to?
So many good people to go to.
Yeah.
Mom and dad.
Yep. Sisters and brothers.
Yeah.
Friends.
Husbands and wives.
Children and nieces and nephews.
Yeah. I mean, advice, I would say, like, different people for different types of advice. You know, if I need medical advice, I'm not going to call my mom.
Right.
I'm call my doctor.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of advice,
Yeah.
Hope, you're asking about.
Yeah. But it's a good question. Leslie Reagan asks, Zoe, yes? I've loved your movies for a long time and admire your unique sound. Thank you. But I was wondering how you made the jump. From acting to music. Well, Leslie, it was a long process, but one that I felt came very organically from myself. So it wasn't. There were times when I didn't know like how it would all pan out, but I have been, writing music for a long time and playing music for a long time. So I mean, it's hard to say how. I mean, there are the steps of, the things, the opportunities I was presented with, and the things that happened along the way that made it all happen. But I think, in the end, it was okay for me to have, I think it's important to be okay with being uncomfortable sometimes. That there are times when you don't know what's going to happen. Is everything all right with the camera? Okay. Yeah. So this is live, as you can tell. And that's the end of my answer.
That's a good answer.
I'll ask you this question because it's directed to you.
From Jessica,
okay.
Sure.
Jessica asks, M. Ward, I love you, but seriously, how do you recommend going about and finding creative collaboration? Sometimes it's tough to find people who are on the same wavelength as you.
It's another good
true.
question. I think the most important thing is to just get out there and if you're a musician, play music and follow your gut instinct. If an opportunity comes, something from someone or something that seems slightly appealing, just get your guts together and try it out.
Yeah,
if it doesn't work out,
that's okay.
then, you're not going to sign. Just don't sign any contracts.
Yeah. Wait till you
get a lawyer.
Yeah.
But I've been very lucky to work with very creative people like Zoe, and it makes my job look easier.
Yeah. When you find people that you like working with, it makes everything easier, and you'll know when you found the right person because it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And that's the key. Make it fun, because it's a fun job. It should be fun. If it's not fun, something's wrong.
Right. Good question.
Very good question.
Chloe Newsom says,